Well, we are we. All right. Speaking of we, Mike, I just want to get this out the way. But right now, NFL teams, it's like they're listening to you. They're not going to franchise any of the running backs out there.
Why is that?
We don't pay running backs.
Yes.
But I will ask you and David a question. Tony Pollard, Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs are not going to get franchised. Of those 5 backs, if you're a general manager of a team, which one would interest you the most?
Can I hear them one more time?
Tony Pollard,
Yep.
Saquon, Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs.
Wow. And I'm not allowed to say none.
You got to take one.
I have to sign one of
these. Got to
these.
sign one.
These stiffs.
You got a Super Bowl contending team. You're the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, well, the Ravens, it's unique. I could justify Derrick Henry there based on the physicality, the ground and pound style. If all things are equal, I would lean Pollard. Electricity, speed, big play hitter. I can draft a physical back in the middle, and I think he's the youngest of the group.
Yeah, I think between him and Saquon's
toast.
Well, Saquon would be my choice over Pollard. They would be 1-2 in my mind, though.
Take him.
Because you're talking about a Super Bowl caliber team, which means all I need is 1 year from you.
He basically can be your Christian McCaffrey.
Do you know where Saquon should go? No slander, no sarcasm. And I mean this. He would be perfect with Jim Harbaugh in L.A. Harbaugh wants to establish the run, protect his quarterback. Saquon in a Jim Harbaugh, Greg Roman offense would be really dangerous.
See, I like that idea. Mine was the Houston Texans.
Sure.
Young QB, young receivers, you upgrade, and he could also catch out of the backfield. That would help them out.
And with that one, it would be a group of running back because you already have Damian Pierce would be there still. So
Devin Singleton.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, he doesn't have to be that guy. David, this one's for you. I'm not joking. 2 names, you were gone, rumored to be headed to the Pittsburgh Steelers for quarterback. One is Russell Wilson.
If God is real, Russell Wilson's on the Steelers for all the mean things you've said to me, Enrico.
No. I'm good on Russ. You talk about Saquon being done. Russ has been done for years.
I want you to endure a living penance every Sunday.
The other name is Kirk Cousins.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
It's too perfect. No.
Yes. That's exactly what
he was working out on a tennis court yesterday. He put that video footage out there.
Did he forget that he plays football on the football field, not on the tennis court?
You know what it is?
David, it's a start.
It's probably because of
Cousins is a consummate professional.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have to think he's elite to tell you he's good. He'd fit in with that. The Steelers are a machine. They're just an organization that understands it. Yes, it would be great. I would just be so angry that David would get happiness. That's really what this comes back to.
And we probably still wouldn't win anything.
All right. Staying in your division, David, the Bengals going to franchise T. Higgins. Is this a short-term or a possible long-term solution? Will he be a Bengal for life, or is this just something until we figure out, Nick, we're going to do this one more time with him and then let him go?
This is going to be a one-time thing here. When I looked up things and I looked at the contract and stories about the contract regarding Joe Burrow and how they basically baked in a franchise tag number to place in there because he's only getting 27.5, I believe, is Burrow's cap hit.
Right.
Which means they can fit T. Higgins right in there for 1 year. So that's all it's going to be.
I just think it's a negotiating tactic. If you don't sign a deal by X, the tag goes on you. And that's not what T. Higgins wants. T. Higgins wants security. We all know Burrow wants T. Higgins there.
Right.
I think they will have trouble affording him. I don't think it's a good idea to pay 2 receivers this way, but I don't think they'll allow the tag. That'll cripple them. But I think it's a negotiating ploy.
So you think that he's going to be there for a lot longer, and you're saying 1 year.
Yeah, okay. I think they did it for a reason.
Something weird happened today, Mike. You're not on social media, so let me bring you up to speed.
Oh, please. Thank you.
David, you may have seen this. The Arizona Cardinals put a picture out there on Twitter. It was Kyler Murray.
Okay.
And it simply said, quote, our franchise QB. and it was just a bunch of graphics of Kyler Murray.
Okay.
Why do the Cardinals have to let everybody know that Kyler Murray is their franchise QB?
Because I think for about 18 months, they did everything in their power to tell you they hated his guts. I mean, how do you think stories leak out that he doesn't study and plays video games or forgot his playbook or, man, he's really short, even though he knew he was short when you drafted him? Like, he reclaimed a lot of the trust. He got to work this year. He was just fine. I don't have a problem with it.
No, it's unsolicited because it wasn't a fan. It was the actual Arizona. It's like the Lions saying, Goff is our franchise QB. Yeah, no.
Well, it would shut you up.
Well, that would.
I mean, just saying.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a question that he was there QB1.
It was just weird.
And I get what you're saying, Mike, but every time we brought up the conversation about them getting rid of him, there's no shot they can't do that. The cap hit would be too big, the dead cap. So he's their QB1.
Right. All right. Eric Bieniemy. He is now the offensive coordinator of UCLA. Is his career just a college coach? Is he done in the NFL?
Feels like it. I mean, I'm not trying to be terse and just give you a short answer, but it sure feels like it. Yeah.
Yeah, when I thought that he was going to get another chance to go back to the Chiefs and that didn't happen, college, yeah, I think he's done.
Okay. Dallas Cowboy coach Mike McCarthy will not be at the Combine this year. He's going to stay back. He's going to get his coaching staff together and work out what the Cowboys are going to do next. Is that a big mistake, and is the Combine important that coaches should be there?
No. You let your scouts do the scouting. You let your personnel people do the work. Now, interviewing of players, all that, it's different. But look, let's face it. Mike McCarthy doesn't make draft picks. Jerry and Stephen Jones do. I mean, McCarthy could be at the Combine all week and tell them, listen, I want this player. They'll be like, thank you for that suggestion. We don't care. I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Yeah, Matt LaFleur, Sean McVay are also not going to be there. I think things changed in 2020 when everything went Zoom. And now you don't really have to be in there for the interview. You can be in your facility and you can still do every interview you need to do.
And I love what Brad Holmes said on that topic. He actually misses. Like 2020 was just all about the football and the tape. It wasn't this sideshow circus. I highly devalue the Combine. I think it's ridiculous.
You're not into the 3-cone drill?
No, I'm not into when teams ask, is your mother a hooker?
They have to stop saying that.
Like when they did that to Des Bryant, or like stupid questions, or hey, what about the Wonderlick?
See, I do wonder.
It's been proven to be stupid.
If he reached across the desk and just punched somebody, would that have been held against him?
I would have drafted him higher.
Because I would have done that. It would have been, okay, yeah.
Dez is your mama prostitute.
Right. Whoever,
number 1 overall pick.
Yep. Whoever it was, I'd have treated him like PJ Carlesimo and just choked him out.
No, I feel like the NFL has gotten away with murder here. Where they ask players wholly inappropriate questions on a number of fronts. It's a meat market. It dehumanizes players. And it's like, what's the value of this again? I have hundreds of hours of tape of me playing the very game you want to pay me to play. Yeah. Or here's me in gym shorts and you're treating me like a Wagyu cow.
It really does, because the most dehumanizing part is the fact that they don't have names. They're just numbers. You're DL7. Next thing, DL8. It's like, I don't even have a name. I'm just, next. All right. NFL rule changes possibly coming up. One of the things they're looking at is the kickoff. Thinking about using the XFL kickoff, because it was just basically you kick the ball off, it goes out of bounds, and it was nothing. It was a ceremony. Now they're thinking of the XFL, which is this. The 10 players on defense on the kickoff team line up at the opposing team's 35, 5 yards away from the team about to get the ball. No one can move. Only the kicker and the guy set to receive can move until the ball is in the air and he catches it, and then all of a sudden, people can move. It works in the XFL because if you have the right person, you now can get kickoff returns. And by the way, the touchback will be at the 35-yard line.
No to everything you said. Just get rid of kickoffs if that's what you're going to do. Hand teams the ball at 25. Let's play football.
Thank you.
That's absurd.
I know what they're trying to do because
I'm
they
not
want
trying to be a Richard
no,
to you.
No. That's why we bring it up.
I'm out. Just get rid of kickoffs if that's what you want to do.
I guess this is their way of bringing back some type of fun when it comes to kickoffs.
Well, they want to appeal
with less collisions.
They want to appease the NFLPA because keep jobs and all this stuff. Just get rid of the kickoff, okay?
You want to appeal to the NFLPA? Increase roster size. There you go.
Yeah, 53-man was always an arbitrary number. Finally, back in college, Mike, one of your guys.
Oh, who's this?
Jackson Dart. Have
Yes.
you seen his new NIL deal?
No.
Jackson Dart is now doing advertising for Nicholas Air private jets. He has his own private jet.
I mean, we've jumped the shark. Like, Jackson Dart's a nice player. He's a good player. But
quarterback for Ole Miss, for those who don't know.
You're not Peyton Manning. But this is where we are. This is Rico's sport. Don't blame me. I'm an innocent bystander.
When it comes to NIL, you know what it pays to have?
Good lawyers?
No, a famous last name.
Manning?
Manning is one of the top players.
Sanders
is one of the top players. Can you guess the other top player? Famous last name, folks.
Well, he doesn't have a famous last name. I just know, based on what I've heard, he's getting.
Who?
Mr. Aiden Childs.
Oh, no. Nothing compared to this guy.
Okay.
Last name, James Bronny.
Oh, I can't compete with that.
Right, I'm just saying. Like,
I just meant
famous last names means that you're guaranteed to start off at about 1.5, and I'm talking million.
We can discuss it off air. You've heard what MSU's new QB is getting, right?
I have no idea what you're talking
Okay, then. Good afternoon.
That is your NFL Blitz 97.1.